Hello, today we have a guest. He is fighting for peace with the help of music, especially the jazz music. And he is been doing a lot of concert in India and Africa and sort of stuffs like that. And he is somebody who want to see the peace, which everywhere, so is that what you want to see? You want to see peace everywhere?
You talking to the people or me?
Yeah, to you. Do you want to see peace everywhere?
Well, I think I want to see what everybody wants to see, right? And that
Mm-hmm.
is peace.
Mm-hmm. So do
Yeah, I
you
want
want
to
to
see
see
what
that?
you want to see, which is also peace. We all have to be in this together.
I think I don't generalize the people who everyone want to see the peace because it is based on the context. Basically, if you are a warlord, if your business is selling weapons, you definitely don't want to see the peace. And
Yes.
if you are somebody who is selling drugs, you don't want to see the peace because if people are disturbed across, they want to use all these sort of stuffs, and if the war is happening, they want to buy the weapons and people want to sell it. And so do you want to see peace?
Well, you're 100% right. But here's the problem.
Mhm,
Those people are almost nobody, right? There's
mhm,
8.4 billion of us,
mhm.
and there's a few thousand of them. So it makes no sense, does it? I mean, that's nobody. So, when we had our vote for Middle East, the to solve the Middle East, 96% of Israelis and Palestinians voted for the Jazz for Peace proposal.
Mhm.
So, why should the 96% have to do what the 4% want?
Mhm.
Shouldn't the 4% be doing what the 96% want? I mean, don't we have this backwards?
Every country, most of the countries are having an elected government, I think, where the peoples will vote for the leader. And definitely, I mean, this is the style of policy making, and the way which they are building up the policies and all those stuffs will affect the outcome of the decisions which the majority of the peoples are making. Is it in isn't it in that way? You don't think in that way?
Well, you're right. We're not a lot of times the people don't have any rights,
Mm-hmm.
but there are times when the will of the people
Mm-hmm.
should be considered.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons is because governments are not always right. And
Mm-hmm.
the other reason is because the will of the people is not always wrong. So, those are the two reasons why the will of the people should sometimes be considered. Because if you never consider it at all, that is like saying, you're always wrong. So, we're not going to
Mm-hmm.
consider you because you're always wrong, always wrong. And that's wrong of you to even think that. So that's you being wrong. You know what I mean? We've all got to come together and do what's right. And all of these bombs and all of the pollution and all of the damage that they're doing and all of the money they're using and taking out of the opportunity to use that money to do good things is hurting everyone. It's a negative. So music brings people together in a positive way. And
Yeah,
in
that we are coming to that particular point. Like, the I mean, especially when we look into the 70s and stuffs like that, there was John Lennon was there. Especially he reflected the social conflict, and the he connected to the masses in some certain way. This is what the people want to say to the majority of the society and majority of the people, and this is how we have to proceed with this. And he connected to masses, and it's become a moment altogether, like, even though he was associated with a particular band, he was a global phenomena. So in that case, like, the music has certainly an effect on peacemaking. And also, there is also one trouble which I am seeing is that the peace could be different from people to people. Like, for some people, the peace will be settling the family, and some other people, the peace will be getting a job, and some other people, the peace will be getting a spiritual sense of getting a being. So, in that sort of stuff, like, you are reflecting your ideas through the you are expressing your ideas through the jazz and things like that. So what is the definition of peace for you, and how do you what are you trying to say through your music?
You know, there's an interview of me
Mm-hmm.
where I was interviewed in India, and actually, I believe if you put "Jazz for Peace India" into
Mm-hmm.
YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
one of the videos will be an interview where they ask me the same question that you said.
Mm-hmm.
And see, John Lennon, who you spoke of, and other people like Gandhi and Martin Luther King, and all the way through time, they laid a foundation for Jazz for Peace to then take and go to the next level, to
Mm-hmm.
go further. And what we are doing is we believe that you can redefine peace by helping the world's most outstanding and dedicated causes. Because
Mm-hmm.
by helping them, you are helping everyone in their outreach.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you make something better for some, you are also helping make things better for others. And when you do this on a massive scale, everybody can benefit. Everyone has a chance to benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Just the same way that when you make things worse for others, you are ultimately making things worse, slowly but surely. By doing that on a mass scale, everybody suffers.
Mm-hmm.
So this way of helping the world's most outstanding causes helps eventually helps everyone to benefit on a big scale, on a big enough scale. And we're nowhere close to the scale that we should be at, even though people are shocked and amazed when they look at Jazz for Peace and see that we've already helped over 850 of the world's most outstanding causes. But
Mm-hmm.
like I was telling you off camera, that still places us at
No,
0%
no.
funding,
Can I pursue there? Like, what is the definition of peace for you?
helping those who are helping others.
Helping others in the in can you tell me a course where you have helped you, where you are seeing this particular person is helping the other, and you fulfilled your mission of helping the person who is helping the other? What is that success story?
Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about India because you're in India
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want you to know that
Mm-hmm.
I put in the chat a
Mm-hmm.
link
Mm-hmm.
for our solution for the Middle East so that you can share that with listeners and listeners can see what it is that we are proposing that both Israel and Palestine agree on 96%. And they can see that proposal and you can see all the frequently asked questions that people from Israel sent to us, people from Palestine. What about this? We answered it. And then people from around the world who were curious and want to see a resolution. 23 pages of frequently asked questions, and you can see that your question is answered. Because a lot of people, as soon as we tell them, hey, look what we just did, they say, well, what about this? What about that? They ask a question that's already been answered. And I
Mm-hmm.
say, that was answered months ago. I don't know where you were, but here's the link, and you can see your question answered to your
Mm-hmm.
satisfaction. Now, back to what you were talking about. helping outstanding causes. We had an organization contact us from India, and
Mhm.
they help people in the south of India called the Dalits. Do you know who I'm
Mhm.
talking about? The
Mhm. Mhm.
Dalits.
Mhm.
This is the lowest caste system in India.
Mhm.
And we were, we said, we will work with you because we
Mhm.
will never give up on anybody. But we thought it would be difficult for the Dalits to
Mhm.
follow the easy guidelines to confirm their event.
Mhm.
But guess what? We were contacting someone to tell him, thank you. It was great working with you. I'm sorry it didn't work out for us, to do this event. And he said, "What are you talking about? We're collecting the funds now. We're
Mhm.
collecting funds. We're selling the tickets." And I said, "Really?" I said, "How much have you sold?" I said, "You almost had his event confirmed." So a few weeks later, he confirmed his event.
Mhm.
And I went to the south of India to help the Dalits.
Mhm.
And if you go to Jazz for Peace India on YouTube,
Mhm.
and it's also on Vimeo and other platforms, you can see. I sent you one link, but there's
Yeah.
another link you can get to just by searching Jazz for Peace India, the other
Mhm.
link, which is
Mhm.
only about the event in India.
Mhm. Mhm.
You'll see the interview where they ask me that question, and I tell them basically by helping the person, this person who helps the deletes, we are helping all of the deletes,
Mhm.
even though I'm not able to help them one by one by one by one. But
Mhm.
by helping this person who helps them, we're helping everyone in his outreach.
Mhm. So what happened? What was the case study of the lids? What how did your particular musical performances been helped them to empower themselves in a bit better way? And what was that actually happened?
Here's the first thing. Here's how the
Mm-hmm.
first thing, because a lot of people think, oh, Jazz Beats, they come and they play music and then they
Mm-hmm.
hope it saves the world. No, that's not what we do. The first thing that you would do, that this person did in
Mm-hmm.
Adani, Tamil Nadu, I had never been, I didn't even know where it was on the map. The first thing he did is he sent us an email
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Hey, I have watched Jazz for Peace. I see you helping people in, Kenya and, in Scandinavia. I would love for you to help our organization in Tamil Nadu. We work with the poorest of the poor, and we do empower their spirits and their minds, and we, affect their intellect, and we work with them." And that was a seedling. That's like
Mm-hmm.
a little seedling from a tree, his comment. I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Great. What we need now are the comments from your other team members. So here is a document that states what we want to do for you,
Mm-hmm.
and show it to them. You can edit it and then show it to them and get their comments." So now he comes back with comments, names and comments from other people who
Mm-hmm.
have looked at what we're doing and say, "Wow," whatever they say. "They would be great. We'd love for you to come to India. Oh my God, if you could do that for us. Wow, we
Mm-hmm.
would love to be, we would love to be better funded. We would love to be more sponsored. We would love to be more prestigious. We would love to have new and prestigious supporters. We would love to grow our donor base and grow our, strengthen our community."
Mm-hmm.
All these things that Jazz for Peace provides with this
Mm-hmm.
event. So now I said, "Great, you've got a VIP list
Mm-hmm.
of names and comments. Those are
Mm-hmm.
roots."
Mm-hmm.
The last thing we want to do, if you look at a tree in the ground, you want to expand the roots, because now when you have a seedling, then you have roots. And if you
Mm-hmm.
look at a tree, you see that it has all these little tiny roots, the
Mm-hmm.
expansion of the roots. So we said, "Do you have any of your team members can also invite people in their communities to be a
Mm-hmm.
part of this event as a VIP guest of honor?" So he came back with five more VIP lists. You
Mm-hmm.
follow me? So
Mm-hmm.
now there's five lists with, let's say, 20 names on them. Let's just say 20
Mm-hmm.
names. Five VIP lists with 20 names each.
Mm-hmm.
That's 100 names, right?
Exactly.
100 names. But
Mm-hmm.
guess what? It's really 200 names. You know why?
Mhm.
Because none of those people are going to come all by themselves. You
Mhm.
follow me? They're going to
Mhm.
bring their wife, they're going to bring
Mhm.
their husband, they're going to bring their significant other, they're going to bring a person that they care. They're going to if they're even if they're not married, they're going to bring a business associate who
Mhm.
wants to help make India better.
Mhm.
They're going to bring somebody. You
Mhm.
follow me?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
those people bringing at least one guest with them so that they
Mhm.
come accompanied to the event. That's 200 VIP guests of honor. Do you see
Mhm.
what I mean?
Mhm.
And guess what? That's enough, Arun, for
Mhm.
them to confirm
Mhm.
their event
Mhm.
at no cost to you
Mhm.
and with some funds, even though we haven't started fundraising yet, we haven't even started,
Mhm.
but with some funds already raised for you and in your bank account before we even start raising funds.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's what they were able to do. The deletes. So
Mhm.
I've had people from India on my on the Jazz Beast podcast. They're
Mhm.
astounded. They said if the deletes
Mhm.
of some because they know this area. They said if they can confirm a Jazz for Peace event, anybody can do this.
Mhm.
Anybody can confirm a Jazz for Peace event if the
Mhm.
deletes can do it. So
Mhm. Mhm.
now with these 200 VIP guests of honor,
Mhm.
we had a confirmed event at
Mhm.
no cost,
Mhm.
okay?
Mhm.
And some money was already in their account helping them.
Mhm.
Now we start fundraising. They
Mhm.
already have in other words, we're all that's already successful,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Because for you to put on an event all by yourself, who knows how much it would cost you? If I wanted to do it, who knows how many thousands of dollars and all I'd have to spend. Here, you
Mhm.
already have a free event. Jazz
Mhm.
for Peace is coming. I'm flying all the way to India. In fact, I flew from Africa to India because I
Mhm.
had to be in, I believe, Ghana. I did have to be in Ghana before India. So
Mhm.
I had to be in Ghana and Kenya. So I
Mhm.
don't know which country I flew from, but one of those countries I flew
Mhm.
to from there to India.
Mhm.
But my point is,
Mhm.
you have an event, it didn't cost you anything, already funds are raised. Now watch
Mhm.
what can happen from here. So
Mhm.
now they have the roots. And
Mhm.
guess what? Our motto,
Mhm.
help us plant the roots
Mhm.
so we can grow your empowerment tree. Well, they helped us plant the roots. We
Mhm.
worked together for the 200 VIP guests of honor. Those
Mhm.
are the roots of the tree. They helped us plant the roots so we can grow their empowerment tree. So now the roots are planted. We have a confirmed event. Guess what we can get?
Mhm.
Local business sponsors.
Mhm.
Because local business sponsors want those 200 people. We haven't
Mhm.
even gotten now the general public. These are just the
Mhm.
VIPs. The local businesses want them to go to
Mhm.
their shops. You see what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
They want those VIPs to remember them
Mhm.
after this
Mhm.
event and
Mhm.
go to their store and buy their goods.
Mhm.
So we are easily able to get sponsors, and we immediately got 5 local business sponsors
Mhm.
from them.
Mhm.
That's called branch number 2.
Mhm.
Okay. But
Mhm.
now, once we got the 5 sponsors, that branch can keep growing.
Mhm.
But we have the branch. We can now add another branch. It's
Mhm.
just like a tree. You know how a tree works. This
Mhm.
branch grows. Now this one can grow, but
Mhm.
this one's still growing. But now this one can grow, and then this one can grow. So
Mhm.
now the next branch, publicity and awareness.
Mhm.
We're publicizing them not only in their region, but all around the world.
Mhm.
Okay, this organization, PAS Tamil Nadu, PASS, their name is,
Mhm.
people were finding out about them all over the world from this
Mhm.
Jazz for Peace event. That's branch number 3, publicity and awareness.
Mhm.
Now, once we have that going, okay,
Mhm.
now we can go to worldwide
Mhm.
organizations and companies, people
Mhm.
that have a bigger, because
Mhm.
let's say there's a United States company that wants to do business in India, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
We can go to them and say, listen,
Mm-hmm.
You want to do business in India,
Mm-hmm.
sponsor these of India. These people will be
Mm-hmm.
delighted. They'll see your name on all
Mm-hmm.
of the advertisements. They'll see your presence. Your presence will be at their event, even though you're an international company and even though you know what I mean? So now
Mm-hmm.
we're helping them get international or
Mm-hmm.
large or local or national sponsors,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is. You
Mm-hmm.
follow me? So now we move on to that. Guess what? When you have all this stuff together, okay, when the
Mm-hmm.
tree is this big, guess who
Mm-hmm.
you can go after next?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
New and prestigious supporters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's why one of those links I sent you, and I know you're going to put them in the show notes, right, for people to look at.
Mm-hmm.
The one I sent you called jazzforpeace.wordpress.com,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was a forward slash about. Did you get a chance to look at that? Because you would
Yeah,
recognize a lot.
I was just going through the stuffs like especially the video where you've been the events which you've been doing and things like that. Yeah, the thing is that the I will definitely put that show notes in the the
You
descriptions and
noticed a lot of familiar names talking about
yeah,
Jazz for Peace, right?
yeah, exactly. So
Yes.
the thing,
And
then can you talk about see, this is a one event, I mean the music is definitely connects the local peoples and the sponsors together, and if there is an international presence, it will be, I mean it would be really great. And actually, what happened in the Ghana? I mean, in the African countries, can you talk about that?
you want
What
to talk
was?
about Africa?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now you know how the process works,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
We did the same. All we do is that because you know what? A tree is
Mm-hmm.
always the same process. It
Mm-hmm.
starts as a seedling, it
Mm-hmm.
grows roots, and
Mm-hmm.
then the branches.
Mm-hmm.
Every tree. So
Mm-hmm.
we do the same thing. I don't care Africa. I don't care if it's in Scandinavia. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
if it's in Brazil. But here's the problem. We've been to Africa 9 times. Which event do you want me to tell you about? Like this shirt
Something
is
which
from,
something you might be in went into one event and you were able to connect the people and and something like a tree structure where you were able to execute in the African country, and after some time you went back there and you saw a positive impact because of the event which the Jazz for Peace is been conducted. And can you talk about that particular stuff, anything, something something which is resonate positively to the people and to make yourself feel good about the thing.
well, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
every single event in
Mm-hmm.
Africa is all those qualities. But are you able to be online at the same time that we're talking or no? Are you
uh,
able to go to that page?
can you just talk verbally,
Just
maybe
tell you about it?
yeah.
Well, okay, so the first time we went to Africa was Rwanda.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you remember Rwanda had the genocide,
See the
right?
here, yeah. Here I really okay. I really don't want to go through all the courses. Some courses which made a positive impact on their entire system. That's something which I would love to hear. Also, I believe the listeners also love to hear the same mostly.
Where this shirt is from, this is from Abuja, Nigeria. This
Mm-hmm.
was an artist grant because you're a
Okay.
musician,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
This was a grant for a performing artist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this woman,
Mm-hmm.
she wrote to us and she
Mm-hmm.
said, "I've watched your videos
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a performing artist and I also do involved in peace and I do this and I do that." And she said all the things she did. We
Mm-hmm.
have it online for you can read it.
Mm-hmm.
She submitted a comment
Mm-hmm.
and she said, "Could you please, do this? It would could I get a grant from Jazz for Peace as an artist?" And I
Mm-hmm.
said, "Yes, you can as an
Mm-hmm.
artist." She's
Mm-hmm.
performing. She's an artist. I said, "You follow the same steps,"
Mm-hmm.
and it was an artist grant.
Mm-hmm. Where do people can find out? You have illustrated the tree steps in one of the document where people can go and find the.
Jazzforpeace.org is our website.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go jazzforpeace.org and then you type a forward slash and the
Mm-hmm.
word easy,
Mm-hmm.
EASY dot PDF,
Mm-hmm.
You can find out about all those easy steps. It's
Okay.
not all, it's only three: A, B,
Mm-hmm.
C. Step A,
Mm-hmm.
step B,
Mm-hmm.
step C. And if you follow our guidelines,
Mm-hmm.
anyone can, like I said, the deletes can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can get a grant from Jazz for Peace. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
So yeah, the thing,
jazzforpeace.org.
yeah, justforpeace.org slash
Yes,
PDF.
/ easy,
Easy.
EASY
Okay,
dot
all right. So
PDF
you are still not
dot
sharing me the
PDF.
story where which you have made a positive impact in the African countries.
Do you want to hear? Well, I will tell you. I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm going to. So this is what I'm going to go right now is because I mean, I can tell you, but I think it's great when you hear it from the actual people themselves saying
No,
what
we
it did.
can put that link in the description, but you can just talk verbally what was happened. So because maybe the people who are listening to this particular podcast, let's imagine that whether this guy will be a blind person. His only medium to understand what we are talking is through his ear, right? Can you just talk verbally? Is there any event which has been happened? I mean, any story, any small story that is a little bit inspiring.
Well, this one is I first experienced this amazing organization, their music and their mission when they came to Rwanda in 2009 to
Mm-hmm.
perform and aid UNICEF to welcome my country back to the rest of the world after the
Mm-hmm.
devastation caused by genocide. Their
Mm-hmm.
two concerts were the highlight of our country's Amahoro Peace Week celebration. The publicity and awareness they created was worldwide, and since then, our country has thrived far beyond even our own lofty dreams and expectations from the empowerment tree that they have grown as part of their advocacy for each cause that they represent. It is my hope to someday be able to tell other outstanding causes about this important opportunity and significant helpful step forward for their sustainable future. And this is a
Mm-hmm.
person from Rwanda who wrote that to us, and we placed it on that page that I shared with you.
All
So,
right. Yeah. So, if what sort of organization can approach you and how they can approach you for the grant from the Jazz for Peace?
the first thing they can do is write an email:
Mm-hmm.
info@jazzforpeace.org.
Mm-hmm.
So, the first thing you do is just send us an email and tell us, anything you want. I mean, you can say, hey, I watched Arun's podcast and I would love for you to do this for our outstanding cause or for, in my country, in my city.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next step, we will send them a document of what we're hoping to do for them, and
Mm-hmm.
they can check it out to make sure it is, something that they are correct it and send it back to us. And then once we both feel like it's good, they
Mm-hmm.
can share that little page and get the comments from everybody else
Mm-hmm.
on their team. And that makes the seedling to roots.
Mm-hmm.
Once you help us plant the roots, we can
Mm-hmm.
grow your empowerment tree.
Mm-hmm. All right. So is there anything else you want to talk to the people, like,
Well, I was curious. Do you guys celebrate? Have you ever heard of Valentine's Day?
yeah.
Because I have a special Valentine's song that was referred.
Yeah, that's what we never played any music on this particular show, even though we are talking about the jazz, and, and the things which we are able to do and steps like that. But we didn't played any music. Can you play one of the song, like,
Yeah, this is a song for Valentine's Day since that's
Mm-hmm.
coming up in February,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe this will help people to celebrate the
Mm-hmm.
romantic
Mm-hmm.
holiday that we have on
Do you
February
have a
14th.
Spotify stuff where people can listen to the
Yeah, you
original
should be
recording?
able to type my name. You see my name up there? I
Huh?
believe You'll never not find something if you type it into anything. So
Mm-hmm.
if you can't find something, let me know at info. But as far
Mm-hmm.
as I know, there's lots of stuff on Spotify and every place else. But what I'm going to play for you now, you
Mm-hmm.
have to come to Arun's podcast to listen to. It's
Mm-hmm.
no place else but here on your podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let's see what happens. So, musicians. Okay. My funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine, you make me smile with your heart. Your looks are laughable, unphotographable, yet you're my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak? When you open it to speak, are you smart? Don't change your hair for me. Not if you care for me. Stay, little Valentine. Stay. Each day is Valentine's Day. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak? When you open it to for me. Stay, little Valentine, stay. Each day is Valentine's Day. Each day is Valentine's Day.
I hope I didn't destroy your music.
Did anything happen?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
You made a mistake?
It was fantastic.
Oh, great. I'm so glad you liked it.
It is good to have some lovers, right? I mean,
Yes, why not? The final solution is love anyway, right?
yeah. Yeah. Are you playing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I cannot hear anything.
What?
I cannot hear.
Oh, I have to do this. My bad. Okay, here we go. I had to do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tempo. Yeah. How was it? Hello. Hello.
Hmm. Can you hear me
Yeah.
okay? Okay.
Yeah. Um, like I do have this one.
Okay.
Can you play something like I'll try to follow.
Oh, I have to do this again. Hold on.
Can wait a second? Can you hear me?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So you could accompany me on something. Let's get lost, lost in each other's arms. Let's get lost. Let them send out alarms, and though they'll think us rather rude, let's tell the world we're in that crazy mood. Let's defrost in a romantic mist. Let's get crossed off everybody's list to celebrate this night we found each other. Let's get lost. Let's defrost in a romantic mist. Let's get crossed off everybody's list to celebrate this night we found each other. Let's get lost.
The songs are good, but I was not able to follow. Like, is there something we can do together? Like,
What kind of a beat? What kind of a beat can you do on? Oh, let me fix this. What kind of a beat can you do on that, and then I
yeah.
can accompany your beat? You know what I mean? Like what kind of a rhythm? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's do that.
That was beautiful. You liked it? Did you liked it?
What?
You
Yeah,
liked it?
that's an original song called Seventh Heaven that I
Oh,
wrote.
wow. So here is the thing, like I was, in India there is a concept called, Vedic astrology. Hmm. So each person got one nakshatra, and each nakshatra got one tree associated with that. So what I did is, like, I have planted all these 27 nakshatras in one of my farmhouse. So is it possible, like, whether we can do, I mean, the nature cultivation also, I mean, protecting the nature, mother nature also is a sort of peace. This is what I find, I believe. So whether it is possible for us to do, a sort of fundraising, maybe in Bangalore or something that sort, whether I can apply for a grant on just for peace, and the things we can get done over there.
Um,
Let
Let
me
me
see if
see
I
if I
can
can
get
get
this
this
headphones to
headphones to
work.
work.
Damn.
Damn. All right, let me just see. So you want to have a Jazz for Peace event in India?
Yeah, that's what I am trying to say. That um I have, in Vedic astrology, there is 27 nakshatras. Each person has one nakshatra, which has been associated with that particular person. Okay. Um, so in that particular scenario, each person has one nakshatra associated with that. So each nakshatra has one of the tree associated with them. So whether we can do a fundraising or the or an awareness with the help of jazz for peace, to people the importance of nature conservation. If you believe the uplifting or the protecting the nature also is the part of the peace work, how do you see about that?
Well, what I would like you to do is take our template and fix it so that it describes your event. So let me see. Um, you might have to take, because is there an echo on your end? Did you mute it? Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
did it.
muted. I muted that thing.
Okay. So what I have here is let's see here. Okay. Is this an okay? So I can send you like a template,
Mm-hmm.
and basically you put your name and
Mm-hmm.
information about your event in this document, and
Mm-hmm.
then we can start getting. We have to gather the VIP room. That's what
Mm-hmm.
we need, because
Mm-hmm.
those are the roots.
Mm-hmm.
Once you help us plant the roots, then we have a confirmed event and we can grow your empowerment tree.
Mm-hmm.
So let me send you this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So here is the thing, do you also believe the protecting the nature also is a part of peace?
Say it again.
Protecting the nature also is the part of peace work.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, every single let me see if I can send this. I might be able to send this to your email address, and
Mm-hmm.
then of course it is. So, there's a million ways to make things better,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
we can support every one of those ways.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So all we need is let me see where I have your email address. Wow. Oh, I think it's in here.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can
Here.
send me that after the podcast, basically, so we can
Yeah,
take it
but
from
I was
here.
gonna have you look at it, but I can't. I don't know why it's not your email address. What is your email address? What is what is the first couple letters of your email address?
ARUN, I don't.
Aaron, right? You're
Yeah.
Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can send. I have it. I'm gonna send it. Okay. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Don't worry, we can get it after the podcast.
Yes. Um. Okay. So, this is attached here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay, here it is. All right, so I'm sending this to you,
Mm-hmm.
and basically, I'd like you to look at it while we're live so that you can see what
Mm-hmm.
you need to do. Basically, I sent it to you. It should be in your email box in like 1 minute, or maybe even
Mm-hmm.
arriving now.
Mm-hmm.
And you can open it, and you'll see it's somebody else's event.
Mm-hmm.
It's what they used.
Mm-hmm.
But what you're going to do is change the words to fit your event,
Mm-hmm.
and then send it back to me so I can check and make sure everything looks good. Add
Mm-hmm.
anything, make it better if I can. If I can't make it better,
Mm-hmm.
then you can start sharing that and gathering the comments from
Mm-hmm.
your VIPs.
Mm-hmm.
Once we have a full VIP room,
Mm-hmm.
now we can confirm the event with funds already raised for you and start making the event a success. Do you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's
Okay.
that simple.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the deletes did
Mm-hmm.
in the south
Mm-hmm.
of India. It's the same
Okay.
thing you're going to do. Did it come to your email address by any chance?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
have
we
it?
can. I think.
It was sent to arunweber@gmail.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Click on where it says template event. Click on the attachment.
Yeah. I'll go through that, and we will connect after this particular session
Okay.
is been
So
winded up. Like, you know.
basically, it's a Word document, so
Mm-hmm.
you can edit that the way you want. You can write all that information in there. You can write, right
Mm-hmm.
into the document.
Mm-hmm.
And you fix that the way it describes what we're going to do for you
Mm-hmm.
and send it back to me so I can see. And then I'll try to make it better if I
Mm-hmm.
can. But if
Mm-hmm.
it's as good as we can make it,
Mm-hmm.
then the next step, I will send you instructions to share it
Mm-hmm.
with all of the other people that
Mm-hmm.
want to make this event a success.
Mm-hmm.
Share it with all of them, and we'll
Mm-hmm.
get their names and comments.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
our motto is help us plant the roots
Mm-hmm.
so we can grow your empowerment tree, because you can't grow a tree without roots. So that's what
Exactly.
you're doing. You're helping us plant the roots by getting this VIP room full of
Mm-hmm.
people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, do you want to say something else to the people who are listening to our particular podcast?
Do I want to say something to your listeners?
Uh huh.
Yeah, I mean, I would just like to finish up by saying
Mm-hmm.
that what we're trying to do is alter perspective,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people think
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people think good news is something that doesn't really lead to a good result. For
Mm-hmm.
example, some people make a lot of money, but then they find out they're not happy, they're not spiritually wealthy, they're not, and people hate them because they have money, or people only talk to them because they have money, so they don't have genuine, so they think they're doing something they think is going to be good, but maybe it doesn't turn out to be good. So what I want to leave you with is a story. This is a story. It's 2,000 years old. I think it comes from ancient China. It's
Mm-hmm.
called The Old Man and His Horse.
Mm-hmm.
So there was an old man. He had a horse. One day the horse just ran away.
Mm-hmm.
His neighbor came over and said, "Old man, I'm so sorry to hear about your horse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry for the bad news." The old man looked at him and said, "Who knows what is good news and what is bad?"
Mm-hmm.
So he said, "Okay, well, I just wanted to, and he went home. The next day, the horse came back,
Mm-hmm.
but with 3 other horses.
Mm-hmm.
So now he put all 4 horses in the stable, and instead of having no horses, he had 4 horses.
Mm-hmm.
So the neighbor came over and said, "Old man,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to congratulate you on the good news." He said, "What good news?" "Your horse, you got 4 horses." He said, "Who knows what
Mm-hmm.
is good news and what is bad?" So the neighbor went home. And the next day,
Mm-hmm.
the old man's son got on the horse to
Mm-hmm.
try to train the horses,
Mm-hmm.
The horse knocked the child off the horse,
Mm-hmm.
and he fell and broke his leg and got seriously injured.
Mm-hmm.
So he's in pain. They had to put him inside. He can't walk anymore. He's in all kinds of pain. The neighbor comes over and said, "Old man, I'm so sorry about the bad news." The old
Mm-hmm.
man said, "What bad news?" He said, "Your son, you need him to plant the crops, and you need his legs. You need him to help you. You have nobody to help you. He broke his leg." The old man said, "Who knows what is
Mm-hmm.
good news and what is bad?" 4 days later, the government comes,
Mm-hmm.
knocks on his door. The old man answers the door, and the government says, "Hi." He says, "What do you want?" He says, "Well, we are the government, and the war has started, and we need to take all of the able-bodied young men. And we
Mm-hmm.
know you have a son, so we need to take him for the war. I'm very sorry, but we have to take your son for the war."
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Well, there's my son." And they go in and they look at him and they say, "I'm so sorry, we can't take him. He can't even walk. He has a broken leg." "Well, we're going to have to take all of the other boys in the town, and you would
Mm-hmm.
just have to leave your son here. I'm sorry, we can't use him." So all of the other boys go and die in the war.
Mm-hmm.
But this man's son is saved because of the bad news of his broken leg,
Mm-hmm.
saved his life.
Mm-hmm.
So my point is, listen to your spirit, listen to your heart, listen to your soul, and don't always look at what society thinks, because who knows what is good news and what is bad. So that's the lesson I would like to leave you with.
Mm-hmm. And a lot about peace and music.
Yes, a lot of peace and a lot of music.
And love. Okay, thank you for being the part of the show, and thank you for the music also. Yeah, of course, I'm looking forward for creating an awareness about the trees and the eco spirituality and natural conservation sort of things like that. So we will connect back on that things later. Thank you for being there.